This video covers the proper procedure for replacing a controller and testing the components on a Fisher & Paykel disk drawer, models DD605 and DD24. These procedures are especially important if an F9 fault has been encountered. Failure to properly connect the controller can result in an F9 fault. Please refer to the service manual for more detailed instructions. The resistance of the following components should always be measured before replacing a controller: the temp sensor, the dropper resistor, the element track, all phases of the motor, the fill valve, the dispenser coils, the lid motors, and the drying fan. All resistances can be checked right from the front in a matter of minutes. Be careful not to damage the contacts when testing with your meter leads. Contact positions will be measured from right to left on the bottom harnesses and top to bottom on the side harnesses. To check the resistance of the temp sensor, read between contacts 1 and 2 on the power harness. You should read around 10 k ohms at room temperature. The dropper resistor on the heater plate is read between contacts 4 and 5 on the power harness. You should read around 24 ohms plus or minus 3 ohms. The element track can be read between contact 6 on the power harness and the neutral side of the plug. You should read 24 ohms plus or minus 3 ohms. Disconnect the chassis harness and count over to contacts 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 for the lid motors. 30 to 70 ohms is normal. Only replace the motors if you have an open or shorted circuit. Test the fill valve between contacts 10 and 11, or the last 2 on the chassis harness. You should read around 65 ohms plus or minus 10 ohms. To measure the motor phases, measure between pins 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and 2 and 3 on the motor harness. You should read around 16 ohms between any two contacts. In order to access the dispenser and fan harness, it will be necessary to remove the controller as seen here. Both dispenser coils can be measured at the dispenser harness. You should read around 65 ohms plus or minus 10 ohms between contacts 1 and 2, which is a detergent diverter coil, and 3 and 4, which is a rinse aid coil. The drying fan is measured between contacts 3 and 4 on the fan harness. Check for an open or shorted circuit. When installing the new controller, be sure to connect all harnesses before clipping the board in place. This will allow you to see that all harnesses are securely attached. The controller should be level and securely clipped in place. Be sure to place the unit into diagnostics and test each component in hardware output and run a fast cycle after installing the new controller. These procedures are explained in the video Disk Drawer Diagnostics DD24.